But the conscious thought is a creative process.
100%.
Like I don't think people realize that when you begin to think something, regardless of what it is,
It's a creative process.
you've opened up a envelope in the matrix that starts to create things.
It's a seed. You're sowing seeds of thought.
Yes.
Now, for things to evolve, they require energy, correct?
Yes.
Same thing with your thoughts.
And so the emotion is the energy.
Oh, absolutely. Most definitely. Thinking power is actual energy. There's copious amounts of it.
Yes.
Just thinking alone takes, like, even for master chess players, is like 30% of their caloric intake for the day.
So if I'm thinking I'm depressed and then I have this emotion, so now I'm starting to create. The matrix is opening up.
Yeah. Free will.
Yeah, free will's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm creating. It's a negative creating, but I'm creating.
Yeah.
And then if you want to call it polarity, negative polarity, whatever. So I'm creating this thought of depression, and then I bring an emotion into it. Now I've just super 10x'd the creation.
Supercharged it.
Now I've created a reality of depression.
Right. It's what you're experiencing.
Yes.
Is it a truthful way to live? No. Is it giving you the service you require? No. But you are building that house of depression yourself.
Yes.
No one's doing it but you. It's the lack of control over your thoughts. It's lack of your concentration, understanding. You are now overwhelming yourself because this thing has so much energy you've poured into it that even now at a chemical level, when you think about it, it fucking destroys you physiologically.
Well, I want people to understand, like in Star Wars with the clones.
Yeah.
Each thought is like a clone because you're giving life to something.
Yes,
like
you are.
you're literally giving life to something.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Think about like a business. A business start with ideas, right? And it requires all this energy to germinate this thing. Other people come in to care for the farm field of this business. And then it turns into something. You and I had an idea. We wanted to teach.
Right.
It was just an idea. And we have been doing it for years now.
Yes.
But nothing would have occurred if we didn't take conscious thought, action, and energy and apply it to real world processes. We fostered it with that energy. We helped it grow and evolve. It happens for everything. Businesses. It happens for your bad thoughts. It happens in relationships. Thoughts beget forms.
Yes.
There's always an impulse, then the idea leads to action, and then the action leads to form. That is your process for creation. The universe does it. You do it. You cannot escape it. So the question is, are you going to create things that are beneficial for you and others, or are you going to create things that are destructive for you and others?
And I want to flip this up because this is really good. I'm going to piggyback off of just what you said. Since I am the creator, we've proven that. Like, we're creating. I am the creator. There is no other power that can fix the thought.
Except for you.
Think about that. That's very powerful.
There's nothing outside.
So why do people believe they're fighting against something? There's nothing you're fighting against but you.
You're just fighting yourself.
Your creative process.
Could you imagine just getting in a boxing match and every time you go to throw a punch, it's perfectly mirrored by yourself? Yeah. So dumb. You're just knocking yourself out.
Yeah, but a lot of times the ego's knocking, if you want to use that analogy, we're making the ego. It's really, I always look at my ego as like a spoiled brat little boy Jason that wants donuts and lollipops.
Donuts are good though.
Milkshake. Oh yeah, amazing. But there is no great enemy that is making you think things.
No, you're just dancing on that self-responsibility of thought. But it's an interesting dynamic you bring up here, this bridge between the creation of your world and yourself and this like narrative that either the cosmos is against you or some sort of enemy or yourself is against you.
Or the person that did something supposedly to you.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, she broke up with me. Because
it is impossible, impossible for somebody to manage all of your thought patterns, for someone to control them.
What's even bigger than that, if you're feeling fear or anger or any of these, That's your power you're experiencing.
Yeah.
You've got to get that part. That is your power you're experiencing.
Correct.
It's not the person that broke up with you that you're powerless against. You created that thought, created that thought. You put the emotion to the creative thought.
Yes.
Now you've accelerated this and you've created something in your life that is unnecessary. So the cool part is,
it's not serving you.
If I am the only power that created this, then I am the only power to overcome it.
Yeah. You are your own chemical solvent and mixture, right? You are your best tool and you are your best enemy. Nobody knows your tactics better than you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where self-awareness comes in.
Because you created the tactic.
Yeah.
So if you want to disassemble, reframe, create a new foundation for your thinking, you have to take down, like the efficient Amish builders of Western Pennsylvania, your stupid little farm shack that you've built up that you think is going to survive in a hurricane. You need to remove that at an accelerated rate with the efficiency of the Amish. And you need to rebuild something with a sound foundational structure. But you are the only person that has the power to do so. You know where every nail has been laid.
Mm-hmm.
You know every board. You know the door, how it squeaks. You know all of those elements. You know how it feels to be inside your house during a storm. You're the only one that can build it up or take it down.
Which I think is really cool because, like, let's say you're going through a breakup. We'll use that, for instance, and you're feeling this pain inside of you. You've created the pain. You have the power to overcome the pain. You can get the pain out of you. All you need is a more clear thought.
Yes. And understand, nobody is putting damaging thought patterns in your brain.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
The whole idea of a thought is an outward projection. Thoughts aren't inward projections. Okay? People's things smash into you, the energy waves.
Well, the creation is that outward thought.
When a thought creates, it's an expansion.
Yes.
It's an expression of idea and impulse. Me talking is a projection, an expansion. So these thoughts that are occurring, they're not happening from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
They're completely internal processes.
Do you remember the Wizard of Oz, the old one, where the wizard was really what?
Just the dude behind the curtain?
Yeah.
Just a small little man?
Yeah, but it looked like, to me, that's the ego perfectly.
Yeah.
And this is the cool part about this is the feelings and the emotions that the ego is giving you that you think is so real. All feelings and emotions are, if we're having a learning self-aware mindset, all feelings and emotions are just the data that's coming in that's letting you know how to respond.
I knew you were going to, I was about to say like an AI algorithm, that's bad.
Yeah, it's just data. If you look at feelings and emotions like data, oh, this feeling and emotion is a learning lesson that I need to learn right now. Mm-hmm. And it's letting me know, oh, this is how I need to respond.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then you can also adjust the thing that comes in through your perspective. So now rather than feeding bad data in to get bad data outputs,
yes,
like an algorithm, like AI that everyone's fanatical about right now, you need good data to come in. And the way you can do that is by resolving all of the noise in things that aren't really good fuel for your system.
And if that's a negative polarity emotion or feeling that you're getting, that bad data, because I want to explain what the bad data is. The bad data is a false belief.
That's correct.
That's all it is. It's a false belief.
This conversation.
Because if you can gain clarity on this, you gain clarity on your emotions, your feelings, and your thoughts. Like, this is super powerful.
Yeah, you become
the creator.
Yeah, you become the creator. You become knowing. You're actually finally fucking aware.
Yeah.
You know, like things are turned on. Oh my gosh. And once you turn those things on, you can't see the world in a different way anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like almost like this weird, I don't want to call it an addictiveness. That's not it. But there is there's a flow and there's a strength to the perspective of knowing, like truthfully knowing.
It's like, oh, this person just said this to me. I heard this person say something from somebody else or whatever, or this person doesn't like me. That's my thought patterns putting that in there. So
Yeah.
now I catch on. I'm like, oh, I tied an emotion to it. Well, what's that emotion? Oh, that's a false belief that I'm not good enough.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, let me release that.
Let
me just give loving awareness to it.
It's totally
release
ridiculous.
it.
Yeah.
And then that emotion goes away, feeling goes away. And there's no need to even, that person's false belief
Yeah.
is on them.
Not on me.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with me.
Their perspective of me has no effect on me.
They don't even know me.
They have no clue.
Yeah. So
You know what it reminds me of? Like people go to the beach and they're so worried about what people think of them in their bathing suit. Nobody fucking knows who you are. Nobody cares.
you're an NPC.
Yeah, you're an NPC to them.
Yeah.
They're there in their own bathing suit trying to do their thing.
If you look super hot in what we regulated hot as, you may get stared at, but they're just staring at your body.
They don't know who you are.
They don't know who you are. They're just looking at because you have a nice ass or something.
Could be it.
Or,
Tell you what I don't have.
Or you have abs.
I don't know, but I just have a back that goes down the legs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Or you have abs or something like that if you're a dude, or you got the banana hammock and you got a big hog or something.
Sure.
Other than that, they don't really care.
No.
At a beach.
It's just
Like,
weird tribal stuff.
No one, yeah, it's so funny.
No one really cares.
But this is what I want people to understand is that you have the power over all of this.
Yes.
You are the creator. Raw talks about that over
Know yourself,
and over again.
accept yourself, become the creator.
Yeah.
All you do all day is create.
Yes.
You and I are content creating right now. We're creating thought patterns, healthy, balanced, equalized ones.
Yeah.
We're creating value for customers on our business. We're just creating.
And once you get the idea of like, oh, this negative emotion right now is a false belief, and the false belief is the ego's trying to use it to gain power over me because it's tricky that way. So if you want to get really like level 2.0, the belief is just me acting as an actor separately from the universe.
Yeah.
That false belief. That's all it is.
Belief begets belief.
Yeah.
You're just creating more belief. And then you believe so much, you don't even remember what the fucking truth is.
You don't know. Yeah.
No.
Because you're in such false belief.
I believe this is accurate.
So
What do you
you're
know?
acting a play or
Yeah.
a movie that's not even real.
I get into a lot of conversations with people all the time.
That's all you do.
All I do is I'm always talking. I'm always in conversation with strangers.
Yeah, it's cool.
And they bring up things like, well, we believe. I'm like, what do you mean we believe?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not really interested in what you believe. I want to know what you know.
Yeah,
Your
big difference. Yeah.
belief does not teach me anything. All it tells me is to not listen to what you're about to say because you don't know it for fact.
Yeah,
Somebody else told you this.
Yeah.
So I stopped the comment, and then they're like, fuck, I never even considered that. I'm like, just tell me what you know.
Well, I think that's why beliefs are false, because they're not grounded in truth. And also, if you notice that the ego likes to, and beliefs are this way, false beliefs, they like ambiguity, and they also they don't like when things are clear. Like I'm talking like clear, like this, like a crystal where it's crystal. We say crystal clear.
Crystal
Like
clear.
on the corner of this crystal, I could see all the way through it.
Right.
Super clear. Ambiguity is this idea of like, and we've all done hiking, and Jordan Peterson talks about this, is like getting up on the mountaintop and getting out of the forest and the fog.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where the fuck you're going, but he's like, it's really easy to see where you're going if you'll climb up that hill, get past the fog, and then look down.
You're in the clarity.
Yes, and that's where running around in the forest in the fog trying to figure where the fuck you're at.
Lost in the trees.
That's that false belief. That's those fucked up emotions. That's all that scenario. The higher self says, well, let's rise above this. Let's see who we really are, and that you are the creator. So this false feeling of this person abandoning me, they didn't abandon me.
No, you're totally misdirected in your thoughts. When geese migrate, Canadians, do they migrate when they're flying in their V formation? Do they do that through the trees at forest level?
Yeah.
No, they do it.
They're not bouncing from tree to tree to tree all the way through.
No, they're up, guided, directional, pointed with where they're going, and they can see.
Yeah.
It's less of a risk for a bird to be up.
Yes.
It can see what's happening. It can see when something's coming to attack it. It can see the direction of its life.
Yeah.
It's migrating for what's best for its survival by removing itself from the environment it sits in. It goes down, feeds in the grass, lives about its daily life. But it wants to get directional. When it wants to strive for greater things in survival, it lifts high up in the sky.
Yes.
And it comes together as a community in clarity of direction. Why is it that the geese can do that, but we as human beings can't elevate ourselves in groups and directionally say, this is where we need to go?
They also help each other out. Like when one gets tired in leading, then the other one steps in and then gets that draft.
Because
of
somebody
the wings.
feels like I got to be the leader 24/7.
We were just talking about this. We were just talking about this selfishness that people have. And that's the ego when it's the wanting. I always say, give enough value to where somebody would not think even twice about not having you.
Correct.
Like you want a raise, create so much value, they have to give you a raise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it works.
Don't ask for it, earn it.
Yeah. Like create.
Work.
Like create. Like
Yeah. And
go to your work and create. Like what does that look like?
Not that you have to work harder. Just work towards creating something of value.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I mean, this is really practical, but go to your boss and say, in my position, what's the most valuable things? No one asked this.
What's the most valuable thing I can do?
Yeah, in my position.
For this group and the success of what we're doing here?
Like if you wanted me to focus on 1, 2, 3 things for this year, what are the most valuable things for you?
Correct.
And then be excellent at those things that he just said. And guess what will happen? If he doesn't give you a raise and you're going to realize he's an asshole boss, and then what's going to be the next thing you're going to do? You're going to go find some other place.
Correct.
It's that simple. It's not fucking hard.
Just create.
Creation. Be creative.
Just create.
That's why we're here on Earth. That's the cool part.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you, Lee and I went to this Norton Museum in Florida. Amazing. Everybody should go there. And it's in the West Palm Beach area. And you look at all these amazing artists and how creative they are. And you know, like, I mean, he had Rembrandt and Monet and Picasso and Jackson Pollock, you know, like all these amazing artists. And you look at all these and and this is something that I think is really, really important. Beauty demands attention. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you've experienced this with art too, and I have too, but it's like when I walk around the corner, I'd watch the movie on Pollock, you know, with Ed Harris or whatever, you know, and he had alcoholism and all that stuff, you know, issues with that. But when you step in front of that painting, it demands your attention.
Yes,
if you understand what it is. Excellence always demands attention. It always stands out from everything else.
It will pull your attention.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yes.
You can feel excellence. You can feel it. You know. It's like when you walk into a place that's
getting goosebumps right now.
Me too. When you walk into a building or a house and it's so well built.
Oh yeah. You can tell instantly.
You notice, you feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it. Yes, you can feel it.
It is
but I'm trying to get what I'm wanting to get is this beauty, is that creational power that's beautiful.
Correct.
Not the fucking other shit feelings that you're feeling.
No.
When you're in that's the flow. That's that creational power. So you can feel it when you're standing in front of something that's absolutely a work of art. Like literally. That same feeling you can create just like Jackson Pollock.
Inside of you.
Inside of you with your relationships, with your partners, with your kids, with your work, you can do the same damn thing.
Absolutely.
He's not some special person.
No, it's just more time and attention to detail. Why? Because they're interested in creating something of value.
Yes.
Not just, remember we talked about the other episode, creating for creating's sake?
Yes.
Fucking lame. It doesn't do anything of purpose.
And so this is where I'm going. You're so right on to this. You're like, we're in tune today. Ask the ego how much value it brings to you.
Yes.
Ask it.
Yeah.
Do some research. How has your ego, I mean, the ego's not all bad. I'm not saying that, but when you look at what it does, for me, my ego wants to only stay at home, never go anywhere, never talk to anybody, eat donuts all day and Frosted Flakes.
Oh yeah.
It wants donuts, Frosted Flakes, McDonald's delivered to me, probably a little bit of Jack in the Box every once in a while. It wants nothing. It doesn't want me to go to the gym. It doesn't want me to talk to you. It doesn't want me to do this podcast. It doesn't want me to talk. It wants me to do Netflix, watch YouTube.
Contract.
It wants me to just all contract. There is no value in that.
No.
That does not help me out at all. Now, if I begin to slow myself down enough, whether it's through meditation or whatever it may be, where you can talk to your higher self, the higher self is just 100% value all the time.
All the time. It has nothing to give you but love, knowledge, wisdom, peace, harmony, equanimity, power.
Because it knows those are the things that help you create.
Those are the only things of value.
That's the catalyst.
It says, hey, we know where the value is. We've helped you do this for 1,000,000 years.
Yes.
I'm going to give you those things if you ask for them.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Solomon said that over and over again in the Bible and Proverbs. It said the number one thing you do is ask for wisdom.
Ask for it.
And I was like, fuck, we never do that. We never ask the universe for wisdom.
Why are you praying to a God when you can just ask the thing that literally allows you to live, this energy of creation, your spirit?
Yeah.
Ask that for its wisdom.
It'll give it to you. Because it can't contract. It wants to give.
It cannot contract. The thing just wants to expand. It wants to grow in resonance.
I mean, because the higher self is, I don't know. What's my higher self? Probably like 6 density or something. I don't know what density it is. Or would it be the highest? Because it's not bound by time. So I'm actually being able to talk to future Jason.
It's part and parcel of creation itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Spirit, your spirit, not your soul, your spirit. They have ages, in a sense.
Yeah.
They're created. They're new, like a fresh bee coming out of the hive. Some of them are older than others. Some of them have a higher resonance. A lot of people think, I got a really high resonance. The second you think that, you're fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
that's ego.
Yeah, it's pure ego. That's the opposite of what the thing wants to do.
Contraction.
That's contraction. That's contraction.
That's contraction.
Okay?
Not all contractions are bad.
Not all. I was just about to think about this.
Yeah.
You have a contraction, right? That means you're going to have an expansion because a baby's coming out.
Yeah, prepare yourself.
Glad you have a contraction.
There's new creation, new birth.
Or requirement.
Coming.
So what happened? The stomach swells through expansion. Then there's a contraction to expand out somewhere else. Very interesting. But the point being here is that the spirit has an energy that it knows that it exists in. That energy is something we ignore daily as human beings. But if we can live in it a little bit more, that means you live in the thing that allows you to live.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's like saying I'm always breathing the best atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm looking something up where you...
Right? Rather than living in my smog, right? Like I'm walking around in China, huffing the industrial waste of human society and our ridiculousness, I get to inhale at an energetic level is energy that's always trying to pour in, but I've been blocking it. And when I bring that in, I can create with that energy.
Yes, yes.
I have more of that raw power to do great things of value. But you could not create things of null value off of that power because once you've aligned with it, then the only thing you are going to do is create things of value.
Yeah, and I want people to understand this because I wanted to look it up so people know. We did a whole podcast on this, Unleash Your Inner Creator, Secrets from All and Billy Meier that will blow your mind. So I don't know if you remember this or not, but so we literally took the raw material and the Billy Meier material on creation, and we saw that they were balanced.
Correct.
Like and so we did an episode in January, so it's 24 minutes. I encourage people to look at that, so they know that.
Is there an episode number on it?
No, it just says Unleash. If you type in Unleash Your Inner Creator.
Yeah.
I just typed it in on Google and we're the first thing that pops up.
Okay, type that in on Google.
So like Unleash Your Inner Creator. But this is something that I think that if you really look at all the spiritual teachers that are out there, whether it's Abraham Hicks, whether it's, most of them are talking, even like parts of The Secret, which we can agree or disagree with or whatever, Law of Abundance.
Yep.
All of those things are talking about you taking the power that's within you to create.
Correct.
All the spiritual teachings.
Yeah.
The Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, all of them mentioning, Jesus said that over and over again, you don't recognize the power that's in you. You can do greater works than I can.
Yeah, people ignore it. They literally ignore it all the time. There are aspects of a human being that are unlimited in their capacity.
Yes.
But we have, you used to talk to me about this guy who talked about that upper limit problem.
Oh, yeah, the ULP. Yeah, upper limit problem. Yeah. Gay Hendricks.
Yeah, Gay Hendricks. We do that for everything. Our thoughts, our body.
Dude, I do it on, I caught myself doing ULPs I was in Florida on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is too good.
See?
This is too much. I have a woman that loves me sitting next to me. I'm in 82-degree weather.
Big cigar.
There's a big cigar. There's a beautiful beach. There's a pool right behind me. I have a Bud Light sitting here.
Perfect.
This is too good. Like
something.
I need to fuck myself up.
I need to
I can't handle
find
this
something
much
to complain about.
I can't handle this much love.
No.
I can't handle this much goodness. I
Yeah,
can't handle it. Just can't handle it. Like
Yeah.
you just
CULP.
yeah.
You know, everyone's worried about UAPs flying around. You should worry about your ULPs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
People, UFOs have been around
Oh my God.
before we were even in existence. Like we to not think that there's dimensional aliens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Raw and Billy Meier, all of them talk about it. I mean, Billy Meyer's talked to him.
There's one
He
thing.
has pictures of him.
He's got pictures of them.
Yeah, you can.
There's
go
one
online.
In the Meier material. There's one thing they talked about that I'm just like, what the fuck is that? They said and again, I have no context here. This is only what I read.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an extraterrestrial
Mm-hmm.
negative oriented group,
Yeah, I'm while you're doing that, I want.
and they're good at like dimensionally shifting with their technology,
Mm-hmm.
but they're extremely aggressive. And they have really hairy bodies and red eyes. I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't know what that is. Get me away from it.
I don't want those guys.
Somebody give me a ray gun or something, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even want to deal with that.
I'm not into that.
I'm not into it at all.
So I watched a show the other day, and it was I don't want to. It's really interesting because everybody like talks shit about Billy Meier and what did the aliens look like, and then the girl and the blonde hair and all that stuff.
Samyase?
Yeah, all of that.
Mm-hmm.